Our team developed a new biocontrol strategy against aphids in fruit tree crops using parasitoids. Aphids are among one of the most problematic pests in fruit tree orchards because they feed on the plant sap and they act a little bit like vampires because of these feeding activities. And they induce therefore damages on the plants which can go from plants and from leaves and fruit disformations to also viruses transmission from plant to plant. The common strategies, the common crop protection strategies that are used to fight aphid infestation usually relies on multiple insecticide applications. And these strategies can be harmful for beneficial insects such as pollinators and predator insects. And also it can be harmful for the final consumer of the fruits because chemical residues can be present in the final product. So the main objectives of our project was to first develop new biological solutions as an alternative to the use of insecticides to fight aphid infestation in fruit trees. This strategy needed to be cost-effective and also easy to use for the final users, which are growers basically, and also in opposition to chemicals, be safe for people and for the environment. In protected crops, we know there are very successful strategies that have been commonly used now for many years, based on parasitoid releases. And the main challenge for us was to adapt this successful strategy from protected crops to use in outdoor crops, which is quite different from the environment of protected crops such as greenhouses and tunnels. And here are the results that we obtained. We first had to develop the rearing of large quantities of new biological control agents, and we obtained good results for the mass rearing of 3 new parasitoid species, which were of interest to be used in fruit tree orchards. And we then, based on these new species and on the already available parasitoid species that could be used to control aphids, we performed efficiency tests in control conditions in the laboratory and with cage trials for all the aphid spectrums that were attacking stone fruits. And since these results were very successful, we then went to perform field trials over 3 consecutive years to prove the strategy to be successful in orchards. And we obtained promising results and very good results with these field trials because parasitoids gave a good level of control of aphid infestations, and the strategy also induced a reduction in the quantities of insecticides that were used in the field, which reduction also induced an increase of the natural enemies of aphids, which also gave some level of control, so which was great. So now that we know that the strategy can be successful for the control of aphids in fruit tree orchards, the next step will be to continue on the optimization of the strategy, mainly working on the cost reduction of this strategy. And also, since there is a high variability between between different years of trials and different seasons of orchard production, we also need to broaden the scale of field trials and to perform more trials over several years to get this to take into account this diversity of situations. And with the three new parasitoid species that were developed, we also want to continue the testing on them and to figure out what would be the future opportunity for their use in outdoor crops. And finally, it will be about making the strategy acceptable for the grower and to integrate it in their overall common practices. So one of the main impacts of this project was that BIOCOMES developed a new parasitoid-based strategy for the biocontrol of aphid pests in fruit orchards. This strategy is really was proved to be successful in aphid control, and it is also easy to use strategy, which is safer for the end user in opposition to a common strategy which relies on the use of chemical insecticides. And the growers are provided with a truly new biological alternative to the use of chemical insecticides.